Personnel Committee, Monday, February 16, 2026. Could you please call the roll?
Alder Wood,
Here.
Alder DePula.
Here.
Mayor Moore.
Here. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes from February 2nd, 2026?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Do I have any corrections, changes, or additions?
Nope.
None that I can, no.
Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Minutes pass. Do we have anybody here to make an appearance this evening?
I think we have appearances for council, mayor, but I don't believe we do for this meeting.
Okay. Then that takes us to unfinished business, of which there's none, and to new business, number 6A, consideration of resolution 26-2-2873, approving the purchase of one replacement cardiac monitor.
Chief is coming forward right now, Mayor.
Okay. Welcome, Chief.
Good evening, Mayor. Good evening. This is the authorized capital budget item that we have in the 26 capital budget for price estimation. I think I did pretty good for doing it 7 months ago, and we're within $316 of the estimated price. So this will be the second of the 3 monitors that we're replacing. There'll be one more next year, but it's simply an updated version of the one that's expiring under the 7-year rule. So
Okay. Doug or Patrick, do you have any questions for the chief?
No, this was a
No.
planned replacement. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Correct.
So, no.
Yeah. Okay. With that being the case, I'll be happy to take a motion.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
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 Resolution carries. Takes us to 6B, consideration of resolution 26-2-2863, providing for the sale of 3.6 million general obligation promissory notes series 2026A. Mark?
Yes, this is the author, this is our 2026 capital borrowing. This is the authorization for Jeff Belangi, that comes to all the meetings, to go out to the bond market, to come back at the next meeting with the actual numbers. The 3.6, I do have some couple issues that was going to result in a lower number. Kind of going through all the stuff recently, I found that we don't need all the 200. So it's the general is $3,150,000. Is the portion, stormwater is $230,000, TIF is $180,000. There's some issuance costs is $40,000 to get to the 3.6. The stormwater, I found that with the Kelly Place, there was some other stuff that we borrowed for the full amount for Kelly Place with stormwater. But I did find that when I was going through the invoices, there was about $130,000 worth of general obligation and about $100-some thousand worth of sewer costs. So we actually, I did all the analysis. We have the $230,000 set aside from that borrowing to pay this, so we don't need to borrow for that. The TIF, just kind of going through, we don't need $180,000. We have enough in fund balance for those. And this other one, issuance costs. So we just did a rating, if you remember, back in, I believe it was December, we went out for borrowing for refinancing. They rated us, and so if we have it done by the next meeting, we do not need another rating call, which is about the $40,000, some other expenses in there we don't have to come up with. So if we eliminate that and just do it the next meeting and approve it all, we can save ourselves the issuance costs. So I'm hoping to come back to the next meeting that actual number will be around the $3,150,000. This is kind of the max number, so I don't know if there needs to be an amendment for that, but I think we can move it down to the $3,150,000 is what it really could be.
Okay. Well, I'll make a motion to approve the borrowing in the amount of $3,150,000.
Second.
Mayor, you're muted if you're trying to chat here.
Sorry.
There you
Have a
go.
motion and a second. Any other questions for Mark? Okay, all those, I believe this is a roll call since it's,
I think so, Mayor, yes, please.
yes. So if you could please call the roll, Leah.
Alder DePula,
Aye.
Alder Wood,
Aye.
Great, thank you. The resolution passes. That takes us to 6C, consideration of resolution 2062-2868, authorizing beer sales at Parks and Recreation staff during the 2026 special events.
We have Jake, Mr. Anderson here is available, Mayor.
Okay,
Good
Jake?
evening. This is our
Welcome.
normal request to sell beer in city parks, as authorized by state statute, needs to be approved by the governing body. All familiar with our beer gardens at the beach, beer sales at Below Deck for events there, Grand Crossing Park, and other special events in Monona Parks.
any questions for Jake?
No.
No.
If not, I'd be happy to take a motion.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Thank you. Thank you, Jake. It takes us to 6D, consideration of resolution 26-2-2864, approving a facility use agreement with the Monona Community Festival.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. This is a very similar agreement to what we approved last year for the Monona Community Festival. This was recommended for the permits by ordinance at the Parks Board Committee meeting last week. What has changed is the fee amounts based on contracts with police and fire, and those costs are included in a packet that I did send out to all council late this afternoon, which is updated. But the total fees come to $29,708. That's scheduling fees, event fees, and OT for the various departments that support the festival. It's about a $10,000 increase from last year.
Okay. Any questions for Jake? And if not, I'll take a motion.
I think Alder DePula has a question, Mayor.
Okay.
Just to get it on record too, the increase, the $10,000 increase, that's based upon actual expenses from last year? Or?
Actual hours that are anticipated by staff, and because the 4th is on a Saturday, correct me wrong if I chief, it's double whammy.
Gotcha, okay. Just looking for why.
And the
Any other
festival,
questions?
I have one question.
Yeah.
Is the festival committee, they're okay with the changes?
Yeah, they were aware of the dollar amount increase, at the start of the year when our budget was passed for the increased wages for the various departments. The terms of the agreement are almost exactly the same as far as the conditions of the facility use agreement. And, we had a lot of, I think, compliments from the community and also from our staff on Brian Henry and the board of the Monona Community Festival, and really happy with the outcome last year, and looking forward to another great year this year. And he'll be here for council, Brian Henry.
Okay.
Great.
Any other questions? If
No.
not, I'll take a motion.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Takes us to E, consideration of resolution 26-2-2865, amending the 2024-2026 facility use agreement with Monona Swim and Dive Club. Jake?
Thank you, Mayor. This is a fairly minor update to an existing facility use agreement with Monona Swim and Dive. It's has some different time rental periods that are available in the AM, pushing back the start time for rental of the pool by Monona Swim and Dive, and it kind of pushes back some of our time that we have for lessons and other activities at the pool. We are updating all of our youth organizations using city facilities for some insurance requirements and some coaches training and certification. So we are working through all of our youth organizations, which you'll see here in the next couple of months. This was unanimously recommended for approval at the February Parks and Rec Board Committee meeting.
Great, thank you, Jake. Any questions for Jake on this one?
Nope.
If not, I'll take a motion.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Takes us to F, consideration of resolution 26-2-2866, approving a facility use agreement with MG Lacrosse.
Thank you, Mayor. MG Lacrosse is a brand-new youth sports organization consisting of Monona and Cottage Grove kids, hosting lacrosse, the sport of lacrosse, not the great university in Wisconsin. The program will have practices and games at Ahuska Park in the spring season only. This facility use agreement is very similar to ones we have with other sport organizations. It's a one-year agreement, and we are very supportive of sports opportunities for our residents and our school district residents without Park and Rec having to run it. And they will be here, I believe, making an appearance at council.
Okay, any questions on this one? If not, I'll take a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. That takes us to G, consideration of resolution 26-2-2867, approving the installation of public electric vehicle charging stations at Ahuska Park.
Thank you, Mayor.
Jake?
So MG&E will have a representative presenting at the council regarding public charging station at Ahuska. This will be a level 3 charging station, which is like very fast and very desirable for a lot of electric vehicles. So it'll be 4 bays available. Legal still needs to review the contract, so we will need Attorney Cole to provide input on this, and that would be my recommendation. So there are 2 reads at council to go over the fine details of what the contract looks like, but no cost to the city. Public access at Ahuska Park for the purposes of charging electric vehicles. These would be on the northeast part of the parking lot, so as you kind of exit Ahuska Park, it would be on your right, would be where these charging locations would be.
Okay. Great. Any questions for Jake on this one?
Yeah.
Yep.
Just curious if you have any idea how big MG&E's program is doing this?
I think they said they're looking at expanding to like 15 to 20 more locations across the Madison area.
Okay.
And then 4 or 5 level 3 charging stations. Now there's like also all different, we're not all like MG&E. There's other public
Right,
charging stations that aren't MG&E, but it's looking at them kind of expanding access.
Yeah, I'm just kind of contrasting this process that this required versus, like Fitchburg, I think, has gotten federal grants to install, to help pave the cost to install a bunch of them.
Correct, yeah. We'll learn
so
more
this
from
is a
them.
lot-
There's an option at the end of the 5-year agreement where we could potentially take ownership of those. And, I would say it depends if they make money.
Right.
It would be maybe not a bad thing to have.
Yeah.
Or they'll take them out at their cost.
Okay.
Any
This
other
was-
questions?
Sorry, this was recommended for approval by the Parks Board Committee at the February meeting.
Go
I'll
ahead.
take a motion.
Motion to approve pending legal review?
I'll second.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Takes us to H, consideration of resolution 26-2-2869, approving the purchase of 1 police vehicle.
Good evening, Brian Cheney, Mayor. So this is, and I'm here with Adam Knockreiner, our Operations Lieutenant. So this is an item, project that was previously approved in the capital budget for $100,000 for a new police squad. The original intent, when proposing that budget, was to ask for a replacement of one of our administrative vehicles, and the hope was that if we did that, it'd be an all-electric or an EV vehicle, or a hybrid vehicle. Our operation needs have changed this year based on our aging fleet, and so the lieutenant is here to help explain that.
What we're seeking is replacing a 2020 Ford Police Interceptor. The standard national, replacement schedule for replacing patrol units is 3.5 to 5 years. Our schedule has always been kind of like the 5-year plan, and that usually goes to the high mileage, the wear and tear that these vehicles, you know, are put on. They got the idle time, everything else that's the stability, and you know, it's critical for officers to get the calls. 119, which is a 2020, so it's 6 years old. It has 110,000 miles on it. The heater went out in it. The maintenance cost just keeps, I guess, unfolding with that vehicle. We took it down to the city mechanic. He wasn't able to figure it out. He recommended to go to the dealership. We took it to the dealership, Middleton Ford. They were able to replicate the problem there, but without replacing the whole heater units, it just wasn't going to be worth the money that we stick into it. So I guess we found a Chevy Tahoe down in Janesville, Kaiser. The other option versus the admin vehicle that was going to replace was 2013 Chevy Impala. But the dire need here this year, since we're able to get the one versus the two, would be the Ford Interceptor replacement with a Chevy Tahoe. That is Kaiser Chevrolet. We were able to secure that for $53,500 out of the $100,000 budget. The remaining funds would be for purchasing the equipment, the outfitting, the labor, all of that. So all in, it's going to be tight. It's going to probably be right at that $100,000 mark. That has a lot to do with the tariffs on equipment and whatnot that goes along with it, that increased pricing.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, you know, our project in and of itself, even if it was a brand new car, would have been $100,000. That's why I was asking for $100,000, because that's the cost of a fully equipped car. The reason I'm asking for a Tahoe, first of all, kudos to Lieutenant Knockreiner. He won't pat himself on the back, but that was a negotiated price with Kaiser. Generally, Chevy Tahoes go for a lot more than that, I think you might imagine. But this one, we specifically asked for that because Lieutenant Knockreiner and 2 others came back from grappler training. As you recall, as I brought up at our last meeting, and the Chevy Tahoe is one of the vehicles we can equip with a grappler device. And so we wanted to put that option in the fleet in the event that we could add to that. We do believe we might be able to squeak some money out of this project to add a grappler device, but obviously we want to outfit it first and look at what the balance is left.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Any questions for these guys?
I'll make mention that if you all approve it at council, I'll be asking the consideration to take it out of order because the quote is to the first business day in March. So that won't do for 2 reads at council, unfortunately.
Gotcha.
I would.
We'll take a motion.
I was going to say, I'm surprised that the outfitting of it is that expensive, because I remember when it was not anywhere near that expensive, not that long ago.
We used to have an individual in-house that works for the fire department that gave the city, as he's a city resident, great deal. That option is no longer there. And
Right.
so outfitters typically cost between $10,000 and $15,000 for just a portion of their labor,
Okay.
in addition to whatever negotiated deals they have with equipment that we still have to buy to put in the car.
Kudos to Dan.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take a motion.
Go ahead. Might as well keep it simple.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay. This is, given the amounts, I believe it's a roll call.
Alder Wood,
Aye.
Alder DePiula,
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Thank you, Adam, as well. That takes us to consideration of resolution 26-2870, approving a memorandum of understanding between the City of Monona Custom Canine Service Dog Academy for Facility Service Dog. Luke, is that Recon with you?
That is Recon. She is here.
Oh my
You're
God.
going to miss your chance.
I know, I can't believe it.
Does she do home visits?
Yeah, we can make that happen.
Okay, I'm counting on it.
So Mayor, yeah, we do have Officer Wunsch here with representatives from Custom Canines. Thank you very much for being here. They hope to do an appearance at council, in which we might have an opportunity to meet Recon. I'm getting a head nod from Kyle. And so this first consideration for resolution is for the MOU between the City of Monona and Custom Canines. So Custom Canines owns Recon, and so we entered into an MOU with Custom Canines for the use and deployment of Recon to be assigned with Luke. That comes at no cost to the city. All the training, all the equipment, everything is being either donated or provided by Custom Canines. It's a very wonderful, generous thing that they're doing. And so we took up that opportunity in consultation with the school district to bring this forward for consideration to you all, as well as the council if this body recommends it. So first things first is the MOU between the city and Custom Canines, and then
Right.
what's second here will be the MOU with the school district.
Right.
I had one question. Where would the dog be kept, like when not in service?
So the dog would come home with me, live with me, and then go to work with me every day that
Okay.
I'm there.
As
And
part
I
of,
understand other two dogs as well as your family? Is that right?
I'm sorry, say that again?
I said, I understand that you've gotten approval from your other two dogs in your family already?
I
Is that right?
on Friday.
so Mayor, if I may, you'll see that should this committee recommend approval, you'll see that I'll also be asking for a, taking it out of order at council. We're running on limited time. Should this body and council agree to implement this program in training with kids in school. And so as you can imagine, there's a process of acclimating the dog, both with Luke and training it needs to do, the Recon needs to do with Luke, as long as the trainers, but also to involve that training process with the school. And we have a fairly limited window here that's going to creep up on us by the time that that's ready to go, or else we'll be spending summer trying to figure out what we're going to do to slowly but surely acclimate the dog. Obviously, it's a trained dog, but it's still, we still want to do our due diligence in making sure that it has the opportunity, and Luke has the opportunity, and the trainers at Custom Canines have the opportunity to take full advantage of the school in session. Did I miss anything?
Right.
No, I think you covered most of the urgency there.
Great. Any other questions from Doug or Patrick?
Nope.
Nope.
Can I have a motion?
Motion to approve?
Second.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Motion carries. It takes us to J, consideration of resolution 2016-2871, approving memorandum of understanding for the school resource officer facility dog program.
Thank you, Mayor. So this is the MOU between the city and the school district. The school district and their legal staff, as well as our city attorney, worked on this MOU. The same applies with Custom Canine MOU, I should have mentioned that. But both city legal departments are in agreement. The school district approved the program to be assigned with our SRO, Luke, in the school. They think it's a very good thing for the district and the service that they're trying to provide the school, but I also agree that it's something that could be highly beneficial in our service to the Monona School District community and all of our kids. And so this agreement, or this MOU is between us and the school district. It's in essence a quasi amendment to the current SRO MOU.
Okay. Thank you. Questions? If not, I'll take a motion.
Yeah, I guess I do have one. I guess, how would you describe the purpose of having this particular, this dog at the school as compared to the other?
The purpose, you mean between like the school and the community aspect?
Why have a dog in school?
Well, there's many different reasons, right? So as of recently, I would say within the last 5 to 7 years, therapy dogs are becoming more prevalent in the schools. Therapy dogs really aren't trained to do a whole lot other than to sit there and let you pet them and make you feel good.
Right.
Which there's nothing wrong with that. I don't want to take anything away from those programs because they're beneficial. But this is a trained service dog, so it can identify different things in staff and students, like anxiety, depression, autistic tendencies that they have, and they are trained to conduct certain types of trained techniques, if you will, to help calm them, de-escalate situations, and keep them grounded and in the moment. And so I think utilizing that dog and allowing them to communicate with them in those moments to help de-escalate. It also is a really good opportunity to break down rapport with students who may not normally come into contact with me.
Yeah.
And have a lot of opportunity to engage with different parts of the community in the school and at extracurricular events and all the different places that I'm at.
Recon
Yeah,
is currently
great.
in the school at Stoughton with its current handler and trainer, Kyle, who's sitting behind me. But Luke also did a field trip up to Wausau. Their school resource officers also have dogs in their schools. And so we've done our research and found that this to be highly beneficial to the student population in which we serve. So, and I'm actually surprised Recon isn't in my lap right now with all the stress going on this week.
It's recharging.
And doesn't Madison have a couple?
I believe Madison has a couple therapy dogs.
Okay.
To my knowledge,
No service.
no service animals in the schools. They have one, I think, working out at Mount Horeb High School right now that goes to school with their principal.
Okay, great.
UWPD
I think there's,
has a therapy dog as well, yeah. So this opportunity is a great one. We have a trained service dog, as Luke described the differences between the two, and I'm sure Kyle, when he does his presentation at council, will go into a little bit more detail, and Chris. But it's trained to detect something, right? So if you can imagine the response that the dog will give to those in need, and Luke has access frequently to and comes into contact with people and kids in need. And so we see this as hand in hand, but the school district also acknowledges the fact that this will not be just be utilized in the school. Your police and fire department and city staff might also have a need, and so we'll be sure to share Recon's many talents with your staff, but also if there's a significant event in the community, we might also tap Luke to respond as well.
one more thing to piggyback on that. There is a CARES team that Custom Canines is a part of, so they have gone to other opportunities where there's incidents, critical incidents within the communities that they can call and request that. If this comes to fruition, I would volunteer my services to be part of that team because I can see the benefit of it. And then also it would support our peer support program at the Monroe Police Department as it currently stands as well.
Yeah. Great.
Great. Do I have a motion?
Go ahead.
No, you do.
Oh,
Your turn.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Trying to keep it
Carries.
simple for,
To consideration of resolution 26-2872, authorizing the police chief to acquire a used armored rescue vehicle through an online bid process.
Yes, Mayor, this came before council last year, to the committee last year. We spoke about this. There was an opportunity that I was made aware of that a retired armored rescue vehicle was going to possibly being put up to bid by the city of Madison. 7 months later, here we are, and I was notified by the city of Madison that indeed the vehicle was posted to bid. There currently is, in my opinion, a low bid on that item. Just provided the link and information on it, and I previously sought authorization from this committee to enter into the bid. I think I will need a message from a member of the committee and or the mayor in terms of the authorized amount. I have 2 numbers in my head, and I need to clarify that. Which numbers is the top dollar amount in which I was authorized. If anybody recalls, we can maybe talk after this meeting if you still consider approving this. But it was approved last meeting, and so I'm bringing it here before you, and we'll bring it before council if you continue to approve it. I will say that the reason it's a little bit of urgency, not too much, but a little bit of urgency is because this bid is only live until February 25th. So I have 8 days and 15 minutes to accomplish this.
Okay, thank you. Questions for the chief?
well, I was against this previously, I'm still against it. I don't want to get into that right now. I'm sure we will at council. So maybe the best thing is just to move this on without a recommendation, unless you want to,
I would recommend approval.
so,
I would motion if,
I think-
mean, yeah, that's my plan.
at council or now?
Now, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not, well, I'll second it so we can vote on it.
Okay. Motion to approve, second.
Yeah.
Okay, and we don't have to have the amount?
Oh, I'm sorry. That, if I recall what you were talking about, the amount that you were comfortable with your own funds, Chief.
Yeah,
which-
we were going to be using asset forfeiture funds, not the tax levy.
And I remember, I seem to recall you, can I say that out loud?
That's what my concern is.
I would recommend,
revealing-
because
Yep,
it's a
no.
competitive bid, that I think will be discussed at council.
Yeah, we have
Okay,
it's
yeah.
on for a closed session at
Gotcha.
city council.
Okay, so we don't need to mention the amount.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
So I have a motion on the floor and a second. Any other discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
In the interest of carrying it to council, I will say aye.
Okay. There it is.
So, that takes us to number L, consideration of renew Monona loan program request for Lisa Malik and Randy Inberg, 5505 Goucher Lane. Lisa, welcome. Doug?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I can give an introduction to this application, some of the details, and as you see, we're joined by the applicant as well on Zoom, who can answer any other questions. So the request this evening is for a Renew Monona loan, the first of 2026. The project scope here would be to update the exterior of the house. The property is located at 5505 Goucher Lane. You can see from the staff report that it meets the various eligibility requirements as far as the value, which is based on assessed value, and other elements about sort of remaining in place and things like that. As far as the project scope, I've had some back and forth with the applicant. This is a broader project than just what is being considered this evening. It does include the replacement of the roof, soffit installation, siding installation with aluminum wrapping. So specifically, the roof replacement is not included within this request. That is in the application materials as an item that is expected to sort of have a useful life span. And so that is not something that is typically supported. The two items that I'm putting forward this evening for your consideration are the siding and the soffit installation, which comes to just over $21,000. And so the city would be able to loan as part of the Renew Monona loan program up to 50% of that. So it would be just over $10,500. So that varies a little bit from the application materials. We just wanted to sort of call that out. A couple things that I did want to discuss that I highlighted in the staff report are sort of the eligibility of this for loan funds. So the applicant applied for this after some discussion between staff and the applicant within the home improvement program, which includes energy efficiency as a subcategory. So insulation improvements, other measures that will increase heating and cooling efficiency and overall performance of the home are listed in the program documents. These are the program documents on the website and sort of used as our guiding document. And then again, that's also where roofing is specifically disqualified. And further, it lists that replacement or maintenance of home components that are expected to be replaced periodically, such as roofing, water heaters, and fixtures, are excluded. And then the other element that I just wanted to leave for discussion is one of the criteria that we typically look at for this is sort of improving the housing stock within the city. One of the metrics of that, of course, is the increasing the assessed value. So typically, I would say this is something that needs to be replaced on a periodic basis. Most likely will enhance the curb appeal of the property. but a direct connection to assessed value is less clear. I would just say that. So in discussion with the applicant, the siding, it's wood siding, I believe, right now, has not been replaced in over 20 years, and I believe it's vinyl siding that's proposed. So it's updated, it'll be lower maintenance, and you will see, I believe, in attachment 4 of the materials as well. The proposal from Chimneys Plus Roofing Exteriors that also includes some notes on the vinyl siding, specifically how it improves insulation, reduces air leakage, manages moisture, and provides enhanced durability for the home. So with that, staff is recommending discussion and possible approval of the request.
Any questions of Doug?
No.
Oh, sorry.
I just had a comment about the application that, I think this is a really good use of the Renew Monona money. You know, it's a relatively small project. It's, I mean, granted, it is something that does need to be done periodically, but, you know, it does fulfill I mean, it will help maintain the value of the property. And it helps spread the Renew Monona money further if we can do, you know, more smaller ones and not a few, you know, projects that are max out the loan, so.
Right. Okay. Be happy to take a motion.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Congratulations, Lisa.
Thank you so much.
That takes us to item M, acceptance of general fund accounts payable checks dated January 30 to February 12, 2026. Mark?
Yeah, thanks. Not a lot of activity, that's just a normal course of business. I'm just highlighting a couple things. Page 103, accurate appraisal, $31,000. This is part of our yearly contract. They bill in quarters. Page 104, Civic Plus. This is the new agenda management software. It's just starting to get implemented. All departments are starting to use this now for their committees. What else do we have here? Page 107, Marco Technologies, is part of the plan for the updated new phones. The city's been approved part of the capital budget. What else? Forget. There's a couple other little things here. Page 119. Lake Ridge Bank, this is our credit card, it's $18,000 for the month. We do take a hard look at these. There's a lot of, what these end up being, a lot of expenses that you need right away, especially for the after-school programs, the Grand Crossing skate program, and so on. And also, you'll notice there's a lot of training involved in these, hotel stays or other types of training activities are part of this.
Mark, excuse me, on that one, can you tell who has actually used the card for each transaction?
Yeah, so there's, I don't know the exact number of credit cards, there's like 10 credit cards, each department basically has one.
Okay.
And we have an online system, we can monitor it every day, but they get basically their own bill, and they have to provide all the receipts with those, and they have to be properly signed off with everything behind it. And
Okay.
we pay it all at once, basically a combination of all 8 of them.
Right.
Into one bill.
Okay, good.
Let me see here. I think that's pretty much all it. That's all I have.
Okay. Any questions of Mark?
Just one
If
quick
not, I'll
one.
take a motion.
Oh, just one quick question.
Okay.
I saw more licensing, music licensing on the
It's a monthly charge for licensing.
That is a monthly charge?
I believe so, yeah. It's
Yeah, I was
Is it
just gonna
yearly?
say, because if that's monthly, that's way out of line, yeah.
4 wheels?
No, for ASCAP.
Oh, I was thinking Wills, I'm
What is
sorry.
what is that for, Jake?
For reproduction of music at our facilities,
Oh,
pool.
okay, gotcha, all right.
Oh, I was thinking Will.
Okay.
And I can say as somebody who used to have to do the same thing in Chicago with my facility with ASCAP and BMI, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's understandable, I don't try to.
Yeah, no, I have to do it too, I was just hoping that
Yeah.
we didn't have to do that for
Yeah.
every facility, that we could just do it
Yeah.
once, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I will take a motion.
I'll move to accept the checks.
Second,
All those in favor say aye.
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 Checks are accepted. Do I have any staff updates?
No, I do not.
No updates, Mayor.
Okay, that being the case, I'll be happy to take an adjournment.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you.
All right, Mayor, see you shortly.
You sure?
No.